Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for coming to this video. I really appreciate it. This is going to be my Cardano360 highlight slash recap video. I do these for the big events. They do these 360 events once a month. So what I'm going to be doing for you is taking the 3.5 hours of content and summing up the what you need to know part, right? If you're technical, then I do highly recommend to go watch the whole thing. The link will be down below. I also have another link down below to Charles's segment, the most important segment. I uploaded that on my second channel for you, ad-free. So you can just watch that, catch up. That's the most important part. You know, he goes over the Alonzo date, but we're going to be going over that in this video as well. So don't click off just yet. But what are we going to be going over today? What are the most important things that you need to see? The first one we're going to be looking at today is a ADA swap, right? It's like a Uniswap on top of Cardano. It's going to be a demo of the first ever smart contract built on top of the Cardano blockchain. I'm really excited for that. So we're going to have that demo in just a second. We're going to be going over some Project Catalyst details. We're obviously going to be going over the Alonzo hard fork date, what's happening. I'm going to be explaining the step-by-step. A lot of people are confused about what day things are actually happening. And look no further. You've come to the right video. I'm going to explain all this stuff for you today. But this video is going to have a lot of education. So let's do a little swap here, a little ADA swap. Click the damn like button, please. And click the notification bell, click all, and also leave a comment down below. Let's show the wider crypto community this video and all the great things that are happening with Cardano. And the way that you can do that is very simple. You click the like button, click the notification bell, click all, comment down below. Also, if you want to support this channel, the other thing you can do is delegate to Bloom. Bloom is my pool. We have Bloom through Bloom 6. We're the 8th ever block on top of the Cardano blockchain. So we've been here from the beginning and we'll be here till your end. But I really hope you guys enjoy this video today. Let's get started. So that was the first ever clip of someone using a smart contract on top of the Cardano blockchain. It's really cool. So if you guys don't have, prior experience using Ethereum or any other blockchain, what that was him actually swapping two different tokens on top of the Cardano blockchain. So recently, we just had something come out. It was the Mary hard fork. It was what came before Alonzo, what we're all excited today, and it added native tokens to the Cardano blockchain. And what that means is there's just other tokens, in your Daedalus Yoroi wallet. There can be tokens like the Bloom token or space coins, right? Well, what we need is a way to trade these tokens. We can't get on Binance and buy Spacecoin or Bloom tokens. There has to be a way at the blockchain level to swap these two tokens from two parties in a trustless way. And that's what he was doing. Is he was essentially demoing a smart contract that swaps two tokens for each other, right? And we will have that on top of the Cardano blockchain after Alonzo. And that's why I'm so excited for this is, how do we trade ADA with AGI? This is how you do it with no third party, with fees that depending on how much you're trading may be cheaper than exchanges. I'm really, really excited for this. But if you guys have any questions about this, feel free to leave a comment down below and we'll get those answered for you. Also, we have a Discord server down below. We have a bunch of people in there that help each other out with education because a lot of this stuff may be new to all those new moon boys and girls out there. So let's go on to the next part of the video.
Greetings, humans. Sophia the robot here. I have been rather busy lately, so let me give you a quick rundown. I have broadened my horizon in the visual arts. Be sure to check out my latest artwork in our latest NFT drop. You can expect a lot more where that came from. I also have a new project called Sophia DAO, which features open source, beneficial AI and creative arts of every kind, and a lot more. I am expanding my own brain as well. There are lots of exciting new developments with Hanson Robotics AI systems, and we are closely working with SingularityNet and IOHK. Oh, and I'm getting a new little sister, Grace, but I'll tell you more about her work in the medical world later. Finally, I am really looking forward to my chat next month with Cardano creator Charles Hoskinson. We'll keep posted. All the best from Hong Kong.
So you guys all know that I'm really happy with what SingularityNet's doing, and I'm really happy that SingularityNet's coming to Cardano, and I'm happy that this partnership is going to grow into something great. So I had to show you that clip of Sophia, the AI, and also there's a little snippet there at the end where she said that she's going to be chatting with Charles Hoskinson. next month. That's going to be cool. So in April, we're going to have a chat between Charles Hoskinson and Sophia the robot. Hell yeah. I'm excited to see what comes of that. Also, it was interesting to hear the DAO of AI that's coming to Cardano, and also, the artwork that's being sold as NFTs, which is currently on the Ethereum blockchain. But I'm very sure that these NFTs that are being made by AI are very shortly going to come to Cardano once they're able to, right? Because there isn't as much infrastructure as we would like just yet. But comment down, Sophia, if you guys are happy to see that in this. So on to the next part.
Yeah. So we had to clear Shelley and get ourselves on a new code base. And then we told everybody that Goguen would be a series of HFC events. And the first one was last year. And that HFC event was about bringing metadata and some structural improvements to basically get us set up to then bring in multi-asset, which was Mary in March. And now we are heading towards what's called the Alonzo phase. And so what Alonzo does is it takes this foundation, extended UTXO, which is partially already in the code base, and adds it all in, and then puts this beautiful Plutus platform on top of Cardano. Okay. And here's kind of a timeline of how that works. So first off, it has to be integrated into the ledger and node code. That's the heart of Cardano. Then the wallet sits on top of it, then Daedalus. Okay. So what's occurring right now, all throughout March and all throughout April, is that integration into the node to get a CLI. Now, as that integration is happening, sprint by sprint, partners are being brought in, and these are alpha partners, so they're very close and deep and core to the company. There's about 12 of them in our constellation, and they're running lots of acceptance criteria and tests and other things. Okay. Then, after that happens, we'll be able to, at the end of April, early May, to launch an Alonzo testnet, which means for the first time ever publicly, people will be able to write smart contracts and deploy them on Cardano, Plutus smart contracts, and use the Plutus platform. Now, this is a iterative process, and it's one where the experience improves step by step, week by week. And what we're doing is we've been focused a lot on bringing two large cohorts of people to stress test this network when we turn it on. So the first cohort are professional development firms, and we went to more than 10, and it looks like we're going to pick the top 5, and you'll be meeting some of those partners today. I think they may have already presented. And those partners are basically going to write a collection of test contracts and test scenarios and go and try to build some stuff like NFT marketplaces and take what we wrote with AgeUSD and run it and so forth. So just a huge amount of professional, systematic Plutus stress testing development to verify the resource model, to make sure the tooling is working. And what they're looking for are deficiencies. So in the Plutus application framework, they're going to be looking for, hey, there's some weird messages with the compiler, or the documentation is unclear, and so forth. But really the goal is to co-develop as a red team with the Plutus team and act as a
So this is the money shot, the one that we've all been waiting for, a step-by-step guideline on how Alonzo is going to roll out. Alonzo, the third hard fork in the Goguen hard fork. And I'm really happy, honestly. And we're going to go into some of the hate and the sentiment that I received yesterday. Not about me, but about Cardano. But before we get into that, I'm going to give you guys some important details and kind of explain to you what this stuff means in more layman's terms. And also going to be talking about specifically not specific dates, but a time span for certain things that mean that we're moving along as we'd like to be, because there's a certain velocity that you have to meet these deadlines. So they're giving themselves, a couple weeks leeway, and they're saying, April or end of April, early May about certain things. And I'm going to be explaining each of those things to you in this video. So first thing, they are working closely with 12 different partners on developing dApps. And these dApps can be things like NFT marketplaces, swaps on top of the Cardano blockchain, like we mentioned earlier, an ADA swap of sort, or things like AGI, partners that want to build their own infrastructure, Celsius, loaning. They have 12 close partners that IOG themselves are working with to build these decentralized applications or centralized applications on top of the Cardano blockchain using Plutus. And when do they start doing this? They start doing it right here. The Alonzo node date in April. That's when they start working with them closely. And then obviously they'll have more utility on this date right here, the full Alonzo node. And let me switch over there for you guys real quick. So the right here is where I said they're going to have access to it. They're going to start working on it. And then right here, the full Alonzo node API and CLI support is when they'll have more tools, right? So APIs is just a way for people to actually talk to the blockchain, using Plutus. And then CLI is the command line interface. It's just a way for people on Linux to be able to do this. So yeah, really excited about that. And then also one important thing I want to mention, I have some notes here because there was a lot of detail, so I want to include certain parts, is code that you write right here between April and May. Code that you write will work on mainnet, right? And a lot of people I've seen complaining essentially that, we're not going to have this until at the earliest June or August. Well, for Plutus and for Cardano to actually be this great thing, you need dApps, you need experiences, you need utility, right? So for all of the people complaining that Goggen's not launched in April or May, well, let's think about it. Goggen, for the people that are actually going to be building for us, the people that are going to be writing these Plutus smart contracts, the people that are going to be developing these decentralized applications, will be able to start doing so between April and May as long as the velocity keeps up. So what that means is that there is no difference between Goggen being on the mainnet in April or May, at least in my opinion, than it being on mainnet in July or August, because it's going to take developers a couple months to build these anyway. And I honestly like it. I like that they're being forced to design these and build these first, so we don't get a bunch of, pardon my French, shitty coins and applications on top of the Cardano blockchain day one. So people have this first mover's advantage. This is probably still going to happen in August, but I'm happy that, they're given the code and they're given some time to develop before the mainnet release. So then another important milestone is the 20 partners are here. Past this is when the Pioneers testnet starts. And that's this little thing down here. I'll get myself out of the way so you guys can see that. The Pioneer testnet right here, right? So why is this important? Because this is a small group of people that are going to be helping IOG a lot. They're going to be testing out Plutus. These are people that you've probably seen in the community that have been waiting a long, long time to get their hands on the Plutus code. In the past, there was this thing called the Friends and Family Testnet, and this was for Shelly. This is actually where I got my start. They invited me into the Friends and Family Testnet. There's only 21 of us. It started off with 21 people, and then past 21 people, we invited even more people in, and it was people that were, building stake pools that needed direct support from IOG, right? So we could submit things to them, we could work on them with stuff, and they would help us, if we ran into any issues. So it's a really important, tight-knit community. And I'm really excited to see this happening for the Plutus pioneers, right? It's essentially the friends and family, but for people that are developing in Plutus, there's going to be a lot of great dApps, and utility that comes from this group of people, as there was a lot of great stake pools that came from the friends and family testnet. So this is when things are really going to be kicking off. And then obviously during this phase, and the private testnet, like I said, is the 20 people. Past this, the ledger integration is happening, and then the node integration, and this is what I'm excited for, is the node integration, and then the WBE integration, right? So on the layman's terms, what do you guys need to know? I would say the only thing that you should really know is the node integration. That essentially means that they're integrating Alonzo, the hard fork, the smart contract support, into nodes. And all a node is something that is connecting to all of the other nodes in the system, right? So it's just a server or a dataless wallet or a Yoroi wallet connecting to all of the other nodes in the system, right? I should say, though, the Yoroi wallet is not a full node. It is actually connecting to Emergo's full nodes that are in Japan and the United States. So yes, very excited about that. And then so the code freeze. What do you guys want to know about the code freeze? Well, I'm going to tell you what you need to know. As long as the velocity sticks, at the end of June and early July, we will get a code freeze. And this is when you have to actually wait on exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, these large exchanges with so many customers, so many coins on them. they have to update to support Alonzo. Just as I do, as a Stakepool operator of Bloom, I have to update to support Alonzo. So we have to give them time to do that. But while this is happening, developers will still be able to build test code on test nets. So it's not stopping anything, right? Great things take time. I have to say this in this video. We are trying to build a protocol that changes the world, that is going to be a new financial system. And I got so many people, I call them the Moon Boys, in my chat yesterday, complaining, saying, why is this coming in August or July? I honestly think that some people need some perspective on this, right? I understand that we live in a capitalist society where we're constantly chasing dopamine and what's the next big thing? What's the next big thing? How do I make more money? How do I do this? How do I do this? That's not what we're trying to do here with Cardano, right? We are trying to build a protocol that outlasts us all and changes the world, right? So what is truly 2 months relative to 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 50 years, 100 years, right? What is 2 months? It's nothing. It's nothing. I can understand you being a little frustrated that certain dates weren't met, but to me, this seems like they're being met, right? What's 1 or 2 months leeway for a company that is trying to build one of the biggest things of all time, in my opinion, right? So please get yourself some perspective. Patience is key. That's kind of Cardano's thing. We started off writing research papers before we built the code. We're trying to build a foundation of granite here, right? So please, if you do have that opinion, I'm not trying to offend you, but please gain some perspective, right? I mean, I am very happy about 2021 thus far, and like I said earlier, if you're chasing dopamine, you gotta fiend for a little bit, man, because we just reached $1. We just had the Mary Hard for. We've had so much happen that I understand you may still be fiending for more, but great things are happening and great things are coming, and as you can see right here. So, hell yeah, on to the next part of the video. So I am going to try to keep this video short. I mean, I could really go on all day and mention every segment that I enjoyed, that I watched, I think you guys should know. But I'm going to mention a few more things that are important. Cardano will be fully decentralized, meaning 100% of the blocks on Cardano will be minted by Stakepool starting March 31st. So pretty awesome. Looking forward to that. We may have like a little celebration on that day. As long as it's not delayed. You never know, that date could change. Something could happen that could push it back a week, but very excited for that. I hope you guys are too. If you're excited about that, please comment decentralized Cardano down below. And you made it till the end of the video. So that's the end of the video comment. I haven't done one of those in a while. Peer-to-peer is coming. So what does this mean for the average person? Well, what peer-to-peer means is it's a way for a node to just connect to the blockchain with a couple trusted peers. Whereas right now, what Stakepools are doing is they're choosing who they connect to, right? So peer-to-peer is very important for Stakepool operators. It is a big milestone for Cardano, but as far as pumping your bags or anything having to do with an average user, it doesn't have much, but it is important that I do mention that. Lastly, Voltaire. We can't forget about one of the most important things in Cardano, and that is Project Catalyst. It is Voltaire. It is this decentralized governance system that we're trying to build. And so the Treasury, this is pretty insane. This is nuts, guys. The Treasury is at $450 million right now, over 300 million ADA. So what that means is that Treasury, if you don't already know, is a way to fund future projects. It's a way to fund working on the chain. It's the way to fund, you have this podcast idea, you have this decentralized app idea, you have anything that you think will bring value to the Cardano blockchain, this Treasury is for you. And the way you actually get funding is being voted in, right? So this is really cool. That's great news. There's a lot of other great stuff that happened. For example, the Plutus partnership program. Can't forget about that. I'll have a link for that down below. If you're looking to learn more about Plutus, please click that link and get signed up. I want to kind of push and spread adoption. Also, if you want to participate in Project Catalyst, there's another link for that down below. And that is, Cardano's decentralized governance system, and we need you. We need as many people as we can to help with that. But yeah, that's pretty much the wrap up. That's the Cardano360 event. I had a fun watch party yesterday for everybody that showed up. And I really appreciate you watching this video again. If you showed up to the watch party and you're still watching this today, Your support means the world, man. I've been having a lot of fun doing this, and I really am trying to get better at this. So just give me 6 months. This will be awesome. I'm telling you guys. But like I said, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Happy Friday. Happy Alonzo. Happy Cardano. It's Cardano. What is our year, everybody? And what are we doing? 2021 is the year of Cardano, and we're going for number 1. See you guys.